Social anxiety. This is a really hard topic for me because for most of my life, I've been an anxious person, or I like to call myself from back then. I like to call myself from back then socially autistic. That's my term for being socially anxious. So today I want to talk about how I managed to mostly overcome social anxiety because I sometimes have those moments when I become autistic, but I'm reducing this day in day out, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, let's just jump in to the video. Oh, sorry to interrupt you. If you don't know me already, my name's Christian. I mean, you guess it. Yeah, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a opinion in form of like or dislike, and also comment this video, say something positive or critique me if you can improve me more the quality of those videos. But yeah, sorry again for interrupting. Let's jump in really. I have script here, so don't wonder why I look mostly that way. But yeah, I'm a big advocate of this quote. I mean, that's quote created by me. Everything is in your head. The first point I would say is deal with any addictions that you have, especially porn addiction. For me, the addictions, that was pornography and video games. That were the two addictions that I had in my life. Those addictions are stimulating only for the time you use them, right? And after you stop, using drugs, play video games, watching porn, you feel like you wasted your time, and that's exactly what comes from my experience. That's what I felt. But it's, of course, like, it's deeper than that. I can make videos about every addictions, right? But yeah, every addictions have their own downsides, right? Some physical, with drugs, they make fucking holes in your brain, so on. But every addiction affects your mental health. That's why, for example, you have those thoughts after busting a nut. That's what's called post-nut clarity. Breaking addictions takes time, and don't be angry why you, for example, sorry. Okay, sorry for this cut. No, my mom wanted something from me, but yeah, when I was finishing, yeah, yeah. As I said, breaking addictions takes time, and don't be angry. For example, why you constantly relapse or smoke weed, play video games, etc. Motherfucker, if you took drugs or watched porn for basically a decade, like, don't expect to break free from an addiction after a month, because of failure we grow. Take lessons from those failures and constantly improve. And what I'm going to add at the end, addictions are only a consequence. The addictions that you have, they are only the consequences of something bigger, and this bigger is your mental health. So basically, this point is improve your mental health. If you're going to improve your mental health, you're not going to have any addictions whatsoever. I can say to you this with honesty. If you improve your mental health, you're gonna find a goal, a purpose to chase. You're gonna start acting more like a kid. Be more outside. Be more around sunlight. Play with your boys. So you know what I mean, right? You're not going to have addictions. I can already guarantee you that, because addictions are only a consequence of your shit mental health. If you would have a great mental health, you wouldn't be addicted. It's impossible. So yeah, point is just improve your mental health, and yeah. So let's go to the second point. The second point is another thing that helped me. Is exactly the second point is physical activity. If you are a person who is socially anxious, like I was, going to the gym is gonna be hard. It was hard for me, like at the beginnings. I remember exactly my first time going to the gym with my friends from high school. I I didn't know what to do, bro. I didn't know shit. I was constantly going in and out to locker room to wear and release my watch, for like every 15 minutes or some shit, man. I was so stressed and anxious. Like, for example, so I first started at home doing some push-ups. This is my. If you're also this stressed and anxious, first try at home doing some push-ups. Try find a workout on YouTube. I will put in the description and in pinned comment the workout I made. But if you have dumbbells at home, if you don't, then do some push-ups, some body weight exercises. But after I got used to exercising at home, I went to the gym by myself, so full of thoughts, and I was so anxious. But everything went smoothly, right? Bought my first gym membership, and the rest is history. If you are going to build your body and see progress, you're gonna be proud of the work that you put into this body, which is going to motivate you to work out more and to see more results. How? Because I asked myself this question, and ask yourself this question: how can you feel anxious when you have a nice aesthetic physique? You're gonna be more confident and walking up straight with your shoulders back. That's how it works. If you look good, you are you're going to be slightly more confident. You're going to be confident. As I said at the first point, everything is in your head, but in this physical activity, it's gonna put you, you're gonna treat yourself better and talk to yourself better, because you have great physique, so you know your value and you know that you are putting in the work. Physical activity is the best thing that you can do for yourself. Period. Yeah. Let's go to the third point. So the third point is the most important point here. The point number 3 is people don't care about you as much as you care about them. I had to understand this. I remember one time when I fell over in class or some shit. I don't know. I don't remember. People were laughing. People were laughing at this, obviously, and I was so embarrassed. But they eventually forgot. Realize this. I want you to close your eyes and do this, like, fucking imagine this. Imagine yourself as a sun, and people around, you are not the fucking sun, bro. People don't evolve you around you like planets evolve around our sun. I learned this the hard way. People have their own lives to live. People have their own taxes to pay, fucking kids or siblings to take care. People don't even have time to care about you. Do you think that your fucking classmate remembers that one time you fell off in class 10 years ago? Of course not. I mean, this fell off would need to be 10 times more embarrassing for people to remember. Stop being over dramatic. People in general have a memory of a goldfish in those type of situations. I was just over dramatic, constantly in my head. What are people going to think, Mom? What am I gonna do? Am I just stuff like those thoughts? Stop, bro. If you want, start a business, go start it, bro. If you're not gonna start it, you're gonna regret it sooner or later. I'm gonna give you another analogy here. Imagine yourself on a deathbed, and a person is asking you, what do you regret most in life? And you say that, that you've been anxious. Sorry for this, sorry for this unnecessary cut. But memory in my phone ended, so I'm recording second clip, as I can say. What I was saying, just as I said, people don't evolve around. You are not the sun. People don't evolve around you like planets evolve around the sun. Lower your ego, humble yourself. You're not as important as you think. And I had to learn it the hard way. But yeah, this is what I said. Before this cut. Another point is, I think, fourth. I don't know. 1, 2, 3. Fourth. So the fourth point is be more outside. Really, I'm gonna say hot take here. If internet wouldn't exist right now, you wouldn't be socially anxious. I am 100% sure. You just wouldn't be, because Not because our moms were right. It's this damned phone. They were right. It's because of this device that you're watching right now. If you're watching this on the phone, right? Lower your screen time and be more outside. When you were, for example, when you were playing with your boys at the age 8, 9, you didn't thought about anything rather than be present in that moment. Simple as that. You were just playing, you were just happy, chilling with boys, playing soccer or whatever shit you like to play. Lower your screen time. And don't, because this social anxiety also comes with comparing yourself to other people. Listen, I will make another video. I mean, you have videos of me talking about, comparing yourself. Just don't do it. You can watch it if you want to. But be more outside, bro. You just need to, like you can say, like, how is this gonna help my social anxiety? I'm saying this like, well, okay, I'm gonna talk, it's a very interesting question. I'm gonna talk about the last point, which we are going to right now. So the last point is, for people who are watching this right now, what advice would you give to a socially anxious person? Let me know in the comments, because this topic is really deep and we can talk about this for on and on and on and on, yeah. The last advice is, force yourself to talk to more people. Yep, that's quite controversial, but you need to do it, bro. That is the single best piece of advice that I received that really helped me. Because sometimes in life you have to force yourself to do that work, to force yourself to go to the gym, to exercise, to go on and run, right? But we really need to force yourself, because nobody is going to save you, little bro. Nobody is going to save you. If you want your life to be better, you need to grab the bull by the horns and make it happen. You are the only person who can help you. You have your life in control, nobody else. Say to yourself, I'm tired in the place I'm right now, addicted, socially anxious, ugly, and the rest, right? I am the only person who can change my life for the best or worst. Step out of your comfort zone every day. Don't step out of your comfort zone just a little bit. Don't jump to that comfort zone, like to the fucking pool. Do something uncomfortable every day. And this uncomfortable, if you have, I'm going to say from my experience, I had this social anxiety that I had problem with saying to people good morning or good evening. I had this amount of problems. Saying to people good morning. I don't want you to, if you've been socially anxious all your life, I'm not going to, don't start cold approaching girls, because of course you're not gonna do it. Small steps will always lead you to success. If you, like me, had problems with saying good morning to people or good evening, start doing this. It gets a little easier, but you gotta do it every day. That's the hard part. I remember I saw this in one of the cartoons. I will probably show it right now on the screen. It gets a little easier, but you gotta do it every day. That's the hard part, and then increase the difficulty. Simple as that. Stay hard, because nobody will save you. The only person who can save you is the person I'm pointing right now.